Have you ever told everyone about your biggest plan, and then, after a few days, your passion slowly faded away? Sometimes, when we talk too much about our dreams, it actually becomes harder to achieve them. In a corner of an old city, there lived a young man named Zayan. There was a spark in his eyes, and his heart was full of big dreams. He wanted to be remembered. He wanted to do something that would impress everyone. One day, he decided he would build a tall tower outside the city, a tower that would shine from far away, a tower that people would talk about. He went to the marketplace and loudly announced, "I will build the tallest tower here. People will come from far away to see it." People stopped. Some laughed and said, "Wow, Zayan." Others said, "We knew you'd do something big." Zayan's chest filled with pride. It felt like he had already built half the tower. That night, he slept happily. But when the time came to dig the ground, to gather stones, to arrange wood and iron, his enthusiasm started fading. He thought, "I'll start tomorrow." Tomorrow never came. After some time, he made a new plan. This time, he wanted to open a school. Again, an announcement. Again, praise. Again, that warm feeling, as if the work was already done. But the school was never built either. Years passed. Plans kept changing. Words kept increasing. Results stayed zero. Deep inside, Zayan began to break. He couldn't understand why his strength disappeared before he even began. One evening, he was walking alone in the old part of the city. There was an old library there, with an elderly caretaker who lived inside. He spoke very little, but his eyes were calm. He saw Zayan and asked, "Son, why do your steps feel so heavy?" For the first time, Zayan told the truth. "My dreams are very big, but I can never complete them." The old man asked gently, "When do you share your plans?" Zayan replied, "Right at the beginning. I want people to take me seriously." The old man smiled slightly and said, "Come with me tomorrow morning." The next day, they went behind the library to an empty piece of land. The old man took out 2 iron rods. He gave one to Zayan. "Push this into the ground." Zayan worked hard and buried the rod into the soil. Then the old man picked up the second rod and called a few people nearby. He said, "Look, one day this rod will become part of a magnificent tower." People clapped. Someone said, "Of course." The rod was placed there, just for show. Days passed. The rod buried in the ground was slowly strengthened by the old man. He added cement around it, building a strong foundation step by step. The rod that was only shown to people slowly began to rust. Rain weakened it. Eventually, it fell. After some time, the buried rod had become part of a strong foundation. The old man said, "When you announce your dreams, people's praise gives you the feeling that should only come after hard work. Your mind gets confused. It thinks the work is already done. That's why your fire dies." Zayan stayed silent. His face grew warm. Every time people praised him, he felt already successful. That's why he never felt the need to do the real work. The old man said softly, "Every building starts with a foundation, and the foundation is always underground. People don't see it, but it is the most important part." That day, Zayan decided to build a small workshop. This time, without telling anyone, he cleared a small space in the corner of the city. Every day, he worked a little. Sometimes he lifted stones, sometimes he designed, sometimes he just sat and planned. He told no one. Some days were hard, some days were exhausting, but because no one knew, no one questioned him, no one praised him, no one expected anything, it was just him and his work. Slowly, walls were built, then a roof, then shelves inside. When the workshop was complete, people were surprised. "When did this happen?" Zayan simply smiled and said, "I was working." That day, he felt something he had never felt through words: real pride, real peace. Later, he even built a small tower, but this time, people saw it only when it was already standing. Zayan had learned, dreams don't grow through noise, they take root in silence. until their roots are strong. Don't lift them into the air. So next time you feel like telling everyone about your big idea, pause for a moment. Bury it in the ground. Give it the soil of hard work. Give it the darkness of silence. When it becomes strong, the world will see it on its own. You won't need to say a word. If you liked the story, don't forget to like and subscribe.